Okay. Hi, Mummy.
Hi, Nai.
Welcome to my first episode of my little podcast YouTube video thing.
Well, this is great. I feel so privileged to be on your first one, holding these things with the blue lights. Like, this is real.
Is this real? So, what do you want to talk about?
Mm. Well, TIFF is happening, but
Stop.
no? But why are you
Why?
silencing me?
Why do we need to talk about Tiff? That was.
You asked, I'm telling.
What was it like growing up as a single mother?
Well, first of all, I grew up and then became a single mother.
Oh.
What was it like growing up as a single mother? Like, to reframe your question there, buddy. Well, being a single mother was sometimes scary because you don't even know if you're doing the right things all the time.
I could see that.
And now you're responsible for this whole human being. Like before you came along, I was just like in my own little world. I would just go out with my friends. Like my only thing that I had to worry about is like, oh, my dresses, like, when I'm gonna go shopping next or where we're going on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my close friends, and make sure that I could just hold on to my job because I needed to pay my rent
Yeah.
because I moved out early.
Moved out early.
Yeah.
So, what was your first ever job?
Oh God, my first ever job. I was still at home. I think I was 15 years old,
Okay.
and I said to myself, I'm not flipping burgers. So I'm not working like at McDonald's or any fast food joints. I wanted to have like a corporate job. So I worked at a telemarketing thing. So we were selling. Oh, it was victims of violence. So we were calling people, cold calling people from the yellow pages.
Victims of violence.
Yeah, it was so
These
dumb.
people haven't been through enough. You have to call them like,
No, no,
hey,
no, 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 no. You're
making
not.
sure you're a victim of violence.
No, you weren't.
You want to buy your stuff? Like,
You weren't okay. So you weren't calling victims of violence. You were calling on their behalf. So they
on
were
behalf of victims of violence.
they were selling no name detergent. So
to victims.
no, on behalf of victims of violence. So I would randomly call people
What?
and say, "Hi, my name is Lydia. I'm calling from this organization representing victims of violence, and we wanted to know if you wanted to put in an order of detergent." And so people were like, "Yes, I'll get 2 boxes. When will it be delivered?"
I'm trying to think of like a funny name for the detergent, like
It was just so it was like
tie your hands tied.
something like that, yeah.
Freaking what's a
Tie your
detergent?
Oh my god, that's not right.
What's a detergent that starts with a P? I'm trying to think of like punch something.
Oh my gosh, no, absolutely not. Um, punch the stains out.
Wow.
You got me involved in this foolishness. Anyways,
Do you have any questions for me? Even though I'm the host, I should come up with the questions.
I always have questions. I always have questions for you.
Okay.
What has been? I mean, so we're into September now, so it's the 9th month of the year of 2023. What has been the highlight of 2023 for you? What month and what occasion?
That's a good question. My birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, on my birthday at 12, I was at work. I work at Rebel, and
That's a nice plug.
I work at Rebel. There you go. And my friends, they came to surprise me at my work. So Nalfis, he was like, it's my friend. He was like, oh, like I'm gonna come pick you up, and I'm like, okay. So I thought it was just him.
He was a decoy.
Yeah, I got a little drunk, and so when he picked me up, I'm like, oh hey Nalfis, and then I see around the corner, I see Anissa, Rafiq, and Jaden, and Bradley. And they were holding, I thought it was a flower vase, but it was a Patron bottle, and they put flowers at the top.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh my god, because I've always wanted a surprise for my birthday. And I asked Nelfis, I'm like, oh, you know what I want for birthday? I want a surprise. He was like, okay. So then he just gave me that one, and I really liked it. And she wrote me a card.
Who's she?
Anissa. She wrote me a card. It's over there. I still have it.
Oh, okay.
And then The Patron bottle's still over there. We didn't finish it.
Oh.
Not alcoholics.
You did finish it, or you
we
did
didn't.
not?
We didn't finish it because we're not
Oh,
alcoholics.
very good. You guys have restraint.
And yeah, that was my favorite highlight of this year. How about you, Mummy?
What was my favorite highlight? Actually, going on my medical missions trip with Smiles GCP.
Yeah, in Grenada.
Actually, so it was a sister island called Carriacou, which is part of Grenada.
It's Grenada.
Yeah, it's the same government. But anyway, so we were servicing Carriacou. My role there was a registered massage therapist / osteopathy.
What's an osteopathy?
Oh, you don't know what your mother does? I'll explain. So an osteopath is a doctor of the body, right? So you go to your medical doctor, and then you need a paramedical personnel to really fix you. So, you know, there are times where you just feel like heavy. You feel heavy. You feel like, oh my God,
like lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, all of that.
Does it has to do with that?
All of it. Dry needling.
Okay.
Right? So sometimes you can be in pain. Some people live with chronic pain. They see an osteopath. And our goal is to fix you. So it's not a chronic issue anymore.
Okay.
And you're not living on opioids or other types of NSAIDs, which are different painkillers, which harden your stomach. Because all of these painkillers and all of these pills have side effects, and people don't know that, i.e. kidney failure. But anyways, that's for a different day, a different topic for a different discussion.
Podcast.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that was what I was doing in Carriacou. I was doing full orthopedic assessments of these wonderful people. There's only 6,000 people on the island. And I would give treatments, and they were very appreciative.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you feel accomplished?
I do. And the beautiful thing about it is the project manager of Smiles GCP, who invited me to be a part of their team, even though they're a dental mission, she's from Carriacou, and she was very proud to show off her island. And the government, the tour authority of Grenada, gifted us with a beautiful tour. Like, we went island hopping.
Ooh.
And these pictures,
like the little islands,
like Sandy Island, all these, there's so many different islands in the Caribbean Sea that you don't even know are unoccupied, and people just, they branch off of boats. You take, you spend the day there. You can snorkel because along it could be very clear. You could have coral there.
Do they have
lots of pictures. No,
there's no sharks.
No, because it's not. It's the Caribbean.
Sharks.
Yeah,
but it's clear water. You can see when the sharks are coming.
I still wouldn't want to be around. Like Bahamas is clear water, you're right.
You know what country I would never, ever, ever want to visit?
Which?
Australia.
Why?
Because of the insects, because of the reptiles, because of the sharks. The people are great. The people are fantastic. Surfing around with their little dingo babies.
And they're very holistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like all sun-kissed skin and blonde but the pets over there, they're gross.
Yeah, you would wake up to a tarantula or something.
Exactly, yeah, like on your face, and they just brush it off. They brush it off
on your face.
Like, it'd be like, oh God, not this time. Just go over there. Okay, thanks. Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, so you're saying they're casual about it.
They're too casual about it, which is the problem for me. What else do you want to talk about? You want to read like funny Twitter threads or something?
Not particularly.
Oh, never mind. What was
and do you even call it Twitter? Didn't Elon Musk change the name?
Oh, to X. Everyone still calls it Twitter.
So then what do you call it? An Xerter?
No, everyone still calls it Twitter.
I'm exiting.
But it's just it's just called X technically, and he changed the label to an X.
Yeah, the blue bird is gone.
The blue bird is gone. But everyone still calls it Twitter.
People still say I tweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting into now?
What are you getting into
Instagram
now,
threads.
You on that? I'm not on that. I don't even know what that is.
You are behind, girl.
I know what it
45,
is.
45, you 20. You on one. You should be educating me.
You should be threading around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm shocked.
Okay, so what is Instagram Threads?
It's the
Not
same
Spawn.
thing as Twitter. So basically, they're just trying. What Instagram is trying to get you to do. Do you know there was a live app? It was called Periscope.
Periscope?
Yeah. Did you not know about Periscope?
No.
So it was an app just on lives, and then Instagram stole that.
What, like live videos?
Yes.
Or
like you know when people
you
go
can
on live.
live.
Yes. So
Instagram steals everything.
So that okay. So they
it was just about posting things, and then all of a sudden you can add a story on there. They got that from Snapchat.
They got that from Snapchat.
And then going live, I guess they got that from Periscope.
Yes. Periscope. Everybody was so people would be live everywhere. Like you could go on Periscope, and me and you would be live here in Pickering, and then there would be people in Australia on Periscope, in Brazil, and you could just watch everybody's live, and people just like wilding out.
Yeah. I want to go to Brazil.
What do you want to do over there?
I would love to go over there.
Okay, you didn't answer my question. What do you want to do over there? To see the
what did you want to do when you took me to Barbados when I was 6?
I never took you to Barbados.
Bahamas, sorry. To vacation, like why does anyone go anywhere?
That was a stupid trip because it was cold as shit. Oh, sorry. Can I swear? Sorry.
Yeah, you can swear.
It was cold. It was so. Like we went in January. Well, first to begin with, our birthdays are in January, so I wanted to like.
We went for our birthdays.
Yes, I wanted to be starting off something, and I wanted to just be using my American Express.
Who made this?
So yeah, that's what they did. But that wasn't no. That wasn't Bahamas. That was us flying to Jamaica. So we flew from Toronto to Atlanta to Jamaica. So on our transit, when we were boarding the plane.
Oh yeah. Tell that story.
Yeah. So when we were boarding the plane from Atlanta, like Naila was in all of her greatness. I mean, like she was such a cute kid, and like you know, kids even they go through like their rough spells, but even in her rough spells, she was still cute.
The rough spells.
So. She don't like to bathe. She don't like to comb her hair. Just rough. But even the brushing of the teeth was a problem. Oh, too much toothpaste, mommy. I'm like, oh god,
because it tasted gross.
Oh, toothpaste mintiness tastes gross.
But anyways,
so yeah,
like you're embarrassing me. Like,
but you invited me, so what are we doing now? So yeah, we're trying to board the plane. I think what happened now that I'm a frequent flyer and I understand the airplane industry, they must have had
an extra.
They probably did not have 2 seats together, and they realized that Naila was a minor and traveling with her mother. So then they're like, well, we got to bump them up. We only have 2 seats in first class. So they put us in first class. Like we were behind the cockpit. And you're like, mommy, this is nice. And the seats were bigger because it's just the 2 of us. It was like 3 seats in a row. So they're broader. And
that's what I realized with first class is 2 seats.
2 seats,
and
right?
Big.
And then when they're bringing us food, it's not in a cardboard container.
It's on a plate?
It wasn't on a TV dinner container. We had silverware, glasses, and plates.
I don't remember that. I don't.
Yeah, you didn't care.
How old was I?
I think you fell asleep.
How old was I?
God, I don't know. Maybe 7?
7?
Yeah, maybe. I think you were 7 when we went to Jamaica.
7? The only thing I remember
5,
about
maybe 5.
Okay, because the only thing I remember about Jamaica is that one time Auntie Ruby put this nasty porridge in front of me, and I didn't want to eat it.
Well, yeah, you're 5 years old. You're my
little I put it under my placemat.
Oh my god, you poured it underneath there?
I poured it under my placemat because I didn't want to eat it.
Oh my god, and then I came to you and you're like, oh my god, Naila, you finished it. Do you want more? And you're like, But I was really happy. Because like a mother's worst nightmare is when their kid doesn't eat and you didn't really eat.
No, because I wasn't a big eater. And then whenever I did eat,
were you starving?
No, I remember.
And there was no McDonald's for me to go get you anything.
You know, there was one time I was with my dad. I was like 9 or 10, and I still wasn't a big eater. And he was like asking Kai if she was hungry, And then he would ask me. And then I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. He was like, Naila, you know, if you don't eat, you don't lose weight, right? Like, cause like when you don't eat, like it makes you more fat. And I don't know why he thought at the age of like 10 or 11
that you were concerned about that.
I was anorexic.
Jesus
but I'm just like, I'm literally just not hungry. But thanks for the tip. I'll keep it here.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself concerning your daddy.
Oh. Where did you meet my dad?
Oh God. Somewhere in the club district.
In Canada?
In Toronto, yeah. Yeah, your dad was a promoter.
He was a promoter?
Yeah, he was promoting. He wanted
I thought you said he was giving out flyers to his party. You made it sound like a house party.
It wasn't a house party, it was in a club.
Okay, so it was his party and he was a promoter. Okay, and then he went to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
And then he was just stalking me and my friends, and then he was just like buying us drinks and stuff and making sure, like, he was kind of being entertaining and annoying. And I was like, okay, you can go away now.
I'm trying to have fun.
And then then my friends are like, oh no, entertain him.
Get us more drinks.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
He chose you.
They pimped me out. I was just like, oh, take one for the team. And I'm like,
yeah. Everyone.
And then he just started to grow on me, so you know how that goes.
So, what was your first date like with my dad?
Actually, it was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Father.
He picked me up and we went out for ice cream just to talk.
The ice cream?
Yes.
Do you remember the spot?
Yes.
Where is it?
It was right beside. It was near across the street from Yorkdale, across from Dufferin.
Oh. Do you think the place is still there?
Probably not. No. Because they're building a lot of houses everywhere.
Well, that's the beginning of Naila.
Oh.
Yeah. Started with ice cream, ended with ice cream. LOL.
Funny.
What was the first trip he took you on? He's a trip guy. That's how he gets them.
Montreal.
Mm-hmm. Did you say he took you on his motorcycle or a scooter or something?
No, he had a stolen expedition.
Oh, what?
An expedition.
What's
truck.
an expedition?
Okay, so they have Ford Explorers.
Like the X? Like
okay, so they have Ford Explorers, and then they have a bigger truck version of an Explorer, which is an expedition.
He had a stolen one. So he bought it stolen, or he stole it himself?
Oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe it wasn't stolen. It just wasn't in his name. So maybe he borrowed it. But I mean, nobody ever... I mean, he got pulled over for like routine pullovers, but nobody took the car away, so I don't think it was stolen.
Okay. Do you ever, like, besides like me, of course, do you ever regret dating my dad?
I never have regrets. No.
You don't have one regret in life?
I lie. I won't say that out loud, but no, I don't regret dating your dad though.